Okay.
We're going to head on down into our feature match area for round 5 here. We've got Meatballs versus Lanyard here, it looks like.
Okay.
Looks like
Now
we've
I'm
got
hungry. Just
Sweet.
talking about meatballs.
We've got an Euro-free feature match for our main this round. We've got, looks like, Red White Party versus
No Uros and good dogs. I'm in.
the goodest of boys.
Actually, that may be one of the worst dogs like that is seen play in
Wow!
standard
You heard it
of the
here, Corey
history of dogs.
Baumeister. Bad dogs exist. Boo this man.
Oh man, I just got canceled. You could not say any bad things about dogs, and I am sorry for it, chat. Forgive me. All dogs are the best.
There you go. See, he understands.
I just got myself a puppy, actually, Jeff. I have a 3-month-old wild puppy that's much better than a 2-2 vigilance puppy.
Wow. Wow, he
What?
just
I
does
can't say my
not
dog's
give
the
up.
best too?
All right, so let's pull up. This is Alpine Hunt Master here.
Yeah, and wow, what a nice mulligan by Meatballs, because you
Houndmaster.
were able to put that Alpine Watchdog away and then go get it.
Yep. For an Alpine Watchdog and or card named Igneous Cur and reveal them. I'm going to pull those up because I don't know what they do, so I assume there's people at home that don't either.
Yeah. Yeah, so we saw this kind of combination in Paw Blade, something that Autumn Burchett played, and they're just really bad creatures, but they're for free. The value is for free, so the thought is, well, if I never draw them, they're gonna be good because I just get free cards out of them. But they are just really, really medium creatures, but the value is there.
And not only are, even if their stat line's not very good, we see this Maul of the Skyclaves coming into play here for Meatballs again. They're just more bodies for your equipment, right? Like your Maul or your Embercleave or whatever other equipment you're choosing to play with these,
Yeah.
those cards don't really care if what the body is. They're just going to make it better.
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely.
We have kind of an interesting piece of innovation up top from Lanyard here. We see roiling regrowth with landfall creatures is really kind of a sweet combination here.
Yeah. Yeah, and here's the thing. Now you got to look, be like, it's open deckless, so this attack makes 0 sense unless there is one card. Yeah, even says the oops to get them.
Yep, and like Corey said, there's no secrets between our players. They know what's up. So
Yeah.
this is Meatballs making them have the roiling regrowth, and they're like, all right, this is sure, eat your thing. And then honestly, Meatballs is going to be pretty far behind at this point, right? Like, their board state is largely predicated on the Maul being equipped, and they need to take 2 turns to re-equip this thing now.
Yeah, and we're completely out of gas upstairs. So the deck that has 6 cards in their hand should be better, or should be better set up. But yeah, the fact that you have to take a turn off to re-equip that Maul again is going to be a problem. But even one Fervent Champion leaves back both Cobras, though. So that's a good reprieve here.
Yeah, that's true. And the champion also has that hidden flavor text where it's a little bit easier for the Maul to get attached to it.
What are we doing? Play that land. Oh, I don't like that play at all.
Yeah, that's a tough one. So gave them the opportunity to kind of get back in the game here a little bit, I think. That being said, the Shadow Spear here equips for free. So like if we find a white source next turn, the Shadow Spear Fervent Champion Maul is pretty hard to race.
Wait, does it equips to the Maul too, right? Or wait, you have to pay 1 to equip the Maul?
You have to pay 2 white. So Fervent Champion reduces the colorless cost, but Maul notably requires white to equip.
Wow, Fervent Champion with Maul is nice.
Yep.
But right now, see this play, I mean, that was a good draw, and it lets us live, but this play of just killing that 1/1 instead of just playing a blocker or 2 has really put Meatballs behind enough where Questing Beast is always going to be lethal if it can crack through.
Yeah, really just waiting on that white source for Meatball's side of the board to stabilize. Seasoned Hollowblade able to block and then discard a card to get indestructible here. So like this isn't again, the card advantage from those weaker cards coming through here with Seasoned Hollowblade nicely.
Yeah, all dogs go to heaven, and all unplayable dogs go to the graveyard here. Is what
Wow!
we're seeing so far.
Unplayable dogs go to the graveyard.
I would like to thank everybody for having me. I won't be back. I can get timed out well commentating as well, right? It's just you muting me. It's the similar thing.
All right. I've unfortunately had to remove Corey from the broadcast. It was really the only option that I had available to me. I think people in chat are gonna understand.
I had a good time. Thanks for having
All right, here's a Shatter Skull for plenty of extra mana here, and this is lethal, right? While we were making jokes, the Shatter Skull, these Seasoned Hollowed Blades tap. And we see
this is insane.
Kind of that mistake catching up with Meatballs here, where they elected to use their life total as a bit of a resource, which opened them up to this questing beast getting in a hit like this.
Impressive stuff here. And yeah, that sequence wasn't great, but a nice draw at the top, and just showing which deck is a better Shatter Skull deck here. The one with Landfall, where you can max it out and get it to 6 pretty easily, versus the aggro deck that wants to get through. Still good in both, and I still think it's better in these style of decks than like a Jeskai control deck or something like that. But really shined in that Gruul deck here. I love that you play 4 of that card.
We see both decks kind of pivoting to similar game plans post-board here, both players immediately reaching for their additional copies of removal. This is something that's very common in aggressive mirror matches. Generally speaking, aggro decks tend to slow down post-board against other aggressive decks, and they tend to play more of a mid-rangey game plan.
Yep, absolutely. And both decks are Embercleave decks, so they're trying to go way over the top of these Lotus Cobra Omnath decks, and makes sense that they're both doing well because they are both just maxing out on Embercleaves and just trying to be as fast as possible. This gives me some hope for the format because both of these decks look pretty solid to me.
All right, heading on in here. Yeah, both players, they've been playing a few matches with these decks. They seem to know exactly what they're looking for. Pretty quick ins and outs there on both sides.
And I gotta say, if that mauled creature didn't block there, and if we played like Fervent Champions, I think the red-white player wins that game pretty easily.
Yeah, I agree. I think that was Meatball's game to lose, and they ended up, unfortunately. That being said, in the words of the greatest poet of our generation, you just got to shake it off and get to the next game here.
The greatest poet confirmed Taylor Swift. Got it.
All right, so we've got Houndmaster here, which fills our hand back up to 7. So that seems like a pretty good curve here. Get 2 of the best boys in Magic the Gathering out of the deck.
But then you got to discard one of them. So, oh wait, never mind.
Nope. We were on the play, Corey. We were on the play.
I was gonna say the best dog's going to the graveyard again. I nailed it.
How do we feel about, this is the first time today seeing Skyclave Apparition on Meatball's side of the board. This card's been really impressed with. Feels really powerful.
Yeah, and this is a card that I am playing, and I guess one person in the tournament ended up playing the Yorion list that I posted on Twitter. I'm playing 4 of it. Blinking it with Yorion is pretty cute. You don't get to cleanly just keep answering the tokens or anything because it is non-token, but being able to just keep picking off Cobras and Omnath and stuff like that and replace them with illusions has been really good. The card has impressed me.
Yeah, on average, these type of Banisher Priest style effects or Oblivion Ring style effects, they usually get back the thing that you took, but in this case, you're giving them back something that's much lower quality, which makes this effect extra powerful.
Agreed. Yep. And then when you can pair it with blinking glass caskets, let me tell you, now you give them the illusion, take something else. It's spicy.
We have our... All right, we're back in. Having a little bit of an arena disconnect issue up top. Hopefully we'll get disconnected before they rope out here.
Oh, no.
All right, looks like we have plenty of time. We're back. Nailed it.
My tech issues have spread to the players.
Kazandu Mammoth coming down here.
Okay. another deck that I feel like I'm missing something here, because this is another deck that looks like it would just be great for the Great Henge, and specifically in this matchup. Like, just imagine Fabled Passage next turn. Great Henge costs 2. It's a free Great Henge, and then you start popping off with your creatures here. I think that's a bit of a missed opportunity in these landfall style decks. In the sideboard, maybe the main, maybe just the sideboard, but they seem so good in these creature mirrors.
It definitely feels like these players that we've seen today at least are preferring to play Embercleave as opposed to Great Henge, like prioritizing getting people dead as opposed to grinding. And
yeah, I like both. I really like both, but maybe that's wrong. Maybe that's too much,
Yeah, it's tough, right? Because there's a little bit of a balance, because like both Henge and Embercleave are both bad in the event that you don't have creatures in play.
True. Yeah, there's definitely some cost to it, that's for sure.
So you see
Yes.
a Fabled Passage fetches passing back and forth here. I assume the Spike Field Hazard's probably going to be killing this Lotus Cobra.
Mm-hmm. And a bit of we have Fabled Passages on both sides, right? This is a Fabled Passage of Meatballs. Yeah, a little bit of a misstep there on Meatballs, having that Fabled Passage there. You want to wait to crack that until your opponent cracks it. Now, with what's working out in the hand, it didn't matter too much, because we are going to have 1 extra mana here, but it could have mattered, right? Like, what if we have Questing Beast here, and you not cracking Fabled Passage just allowed a Questing Beast to hit play?
Red Cat Melee being incredibly efficient here, being able to trade 1 mana for a 3-drop here is huge.
Yeah, and nice beatdowns here, and we're seeing the awkwardness here, Jeff, of the Embercleave in hand without anything super, any great creatures to cast right now, and that is another a pad to Great Henge would be bad in this situation as well.
Yep, yeah, and again, these post-board in these creature matches, like we mentioned, both decks become more interactive, so our top player, Lanier, has had a hard time keeping things in play consistently.
Yep.
We see Maul here being really efficient and letting you jump right up on over the opponent's board.
Yeah, flying on that Maul is the keyword that really matters. It's so powerful.
Well, the sweet thing about the Maul, in my mind, is that it really lets you do whatever role you need to take. So the flying is good at letting you push damage, but the first strike is good at letting you stall the board and prevent them from attacking into you if you need to take a more defensive role.
Yeah, no kidding. It does kind of serve both purposes, which just is the sign of a very powerful card.
Yep.
Now, this Red Cap Melee was an excellent draw here. It's just able to clean up Skyclave Apparition, get a creature to block, get a 3/3, and have Stomp to deal with Phoenix. We'll see what they end up deciding to go with, but that seems like a nice option.
Yeah, we could, and there's the Mammoth under the Skyclave Apparition is going to give them a 3/3, and we could see, a lethal backswing with Embercleave, depending on what Lanyard draws and what the sequence looks like out of Meatballs here.
Exactly, or see a train wreck situation, which has happened to me plenty of time with Skyclave Apparition, is let's say we attack with this Igneous Cur, and you think, yeah, I'll trade that for a Cobra, no problem, but that's just a free block now if the Skyclave Apparition makes a 3/3 here.
At the very least, you can pay 2 and pump the Cur to trade with the 3/3.
Yeah, that's fair.
But that prevents you from playing the Watchdog post combat.
Shucks.
Which is
Shucks.
listen, Corey. You're gonna need a Watchdog to watch yourself after your commentary today.
Oh, too funny.
Seeing that really great flexibility on Red Cat Melee here, having that downside when you target a non-red thing, but being able to target a non-red thing is still powerful.
Yep, agreed. And sacking a land this late in the game, not too many draws that you can actually cast here. So yeah, we're gonna see this Embercleave come into play next turn.
Not quite lethal, but pretty close.
Then blocks with the Cobra. We didn't have to do that quite yet.
Did we have lethal on the backswing with the Cobra? We didn't, right? We were 1 short. So the Giant is 10 here, and that would have been 3 and 2 for 15. Yeah. So can't quite.
I think, what are we at here? 6. So
Yeah, I
wow,
like.
are we just dead to a pump?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like.
I think I like that play.
Yeah, I like the Shatter Skull because you still have Meatballs dead with Cleave the following turn, so there's no reason to not be a little conservative here.
Yep. And I mean, here we're just gonna see, Phoenix of Ash probably plus attack or plus pump it and just try to win. And Alpine Watchdog is not going to do much in the form of defense here. So it looks like our Gruul player is probably going to take this down.
Yep. So yeah, this is just yeah. Even if they block the 3/3 here, they still take 10 on the Cleave. Never not dead to Cleave, Corey.
Yes, yes. Always had it. Always dead to it.
All right, and that'll do. And that was our primary feature for the round. So we're going to go ahead and roll right on into our time shifted feature match. There's plenty of people still outstanding. So let's go ahead and get that queued